Ever wonder how some nations stay out of global wars century after century? While empires collapse, borders burn, and alliances pull entire regions into chaos, a few countries somehow remain untouched. But here's the truth. Neutrality isn't peace. Neutrality is strategy. And today we're uncovering the untold history of the world's most enduring neutral nations and the moves that kept them alive. Most people think neutrality means doing nothing, like sitting on the sidelines. But real neutrality is the opposite. It's a constant balancing act, a diplomatic tightrope, where one mistake can turn a neutral country into the next battlefield. So how did some nations survive the bloodiest centuries in human history without becoming targets? Let's start with the most famous one, Switzerland. Switzerland didn't stay neutral because it was nice. It stayed neutral because it became too expensive to invade. By the 1500s, Swiss fighters were feared across Europe. After brutal wars, they learned one hard rule: to survive, never get pulled into someone else's conflict. So Switzerland built a new identity, neutral, but armed. They turned the Alps into natural defenses. They built tunnels and bunkers. And even today, they stay prepared. Their message is simple: we won't attack you, but if you enter, you will pay. And the world listened. Even in World War II, surrounded by Nazi forces, Switzerland survived through defense, diplomacy, and economic leverage. Neutrality wasn't passive, it was engineered. Costa Rica. Now let's jump to a nation that did the opposite, Costa Rica. In 1948, after Civil War, Costa Rica shocked the world by abolishing its military. No army, no tanks, no war machine. Instead, they invested in education, healthcare, and diplomacy. And that became their shield. Costa Rica turned itself into something stronger than a target, a symbol. They gained protection through global respect, using international law as armor and diplomacy as their weapon. Vatican City. Then there's Vatican City, the smallest nation on Earth. With no real military power, it survived through a different force: moral influence. The Vatican stayed neutral not because it avoided politics, but because neutrality gave it leverage. A quiet messenger, a hidden negotiator, a place where enemies could talk without losing pride. Because in war, neutrality isn't just defense. Sometimes it's access. Final message. But neutrality has a price. Neutral nations are pressured by superpowers, threatened, spied on, and forced into impossible choices. So here's the real secret. The world's enduring neutral nations didn't survive by staying out of history. They survived by mastering it. Because peace isn't something you're given.